Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday to you all out there. We've made it through another week, ready for the weekend, whatever your plans may be. So guys, in this episode of Review Flicks, we're going to be diving into the world of fantasy. The comic book run Avengelyne is getting a live action adaptation from Margot Robbie's Lucky Chap Productions, with Olivia Wilde set to direct, potentially having Margot Robbie starring in the role as well. But guys, I haven't read this comic book. I have no idea what it's really about. But from looking at this picture, it's based on a pretty risque character. I think she's like an angel, like a protector of humanity. She's a warrior. But as I say, bit of a risque looking character. Bit of a saucy clad maiden, if you like. But we're going to dive in. We're going to learn everything we can about this Avengelyne or Avengelyne. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, so I do apologize. But we're going to learn all we can about this production, and potentially having Margot Robbie starring in it would be pretty damn cool as well. So this article comes to us from comicflicknews.com. Oliva Wilde to direct live-action adaptation of Avengelyne. Margot Robbie eyed for starring role. Avengelyne or Avengelyne. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Again, I do apologize. I've never heard it said. So if I'm doing it wrong, then you'll have to correct me in the comment section. So in an exciting development for fans of fantasy horror, a live-action adaptation of Avengelyne comic series is currently in the works, with potential casting news stirring up a buzz. So we're going to have a quick read on the news surrounding this production. Then what we'll do is, for those of us who don't actually know what the comic is about, we'll then dive into some kind of information regarding what the comic is about, the story, the plot, and the kind of synopsis around the main character of the actual, comic book itself. But for now, we're just going to quickly read about the news about what's going on with the production. So, Deadline reports that the helm of the project will be taken by Olivia Wilde, known for Don't Worry Darling. That was quite a good movie. That was quite underrated, but I quite enjoyed that. Backed by Lucky Chap Productions, the company co-founded by Margot Robbie along with Tom Ackley and Josie McNamara, along with Simon Kinberg as producer. So initially there were talks of Robbie taking on the lead role, but recent support suggests otherwise, with her representatives denying any confirmation. Nonetheless, speculation persists as to who might land the coveted part, with various actors potentially in consideration. While no screenwriter is attached yet, there are rumours of a high-profile writer showing interest. So, Avengelyne, conceived by Rob Liefeld. I believe Rob Liefeld was the creator of Deadpool, if I'm correct about that. Sorry if I'm not, but I'm pretty sure Rob Liefeld was the creator of Deadpool. And Kathy Christian, centers around a fallen angel engaged in a perpetual battle against the forces of darkness. So yeah, it's the main character is like an angel, like a warrior, and she has to serve humanity, protecting humanity. She's like a warrior, like a warrior Xena princess kind of type of character, which is pretty damn cool. Kind of that risque clad character, and has a sword and kind of a badass woman. Exactly kind of like Xena warrior princess. That's the kind of vibes I get from it anyway. So we have the a comic book cover here from one of the runs of Avengelyne or Avengelyne, however you say it. As you can see, again, a risque clad maiden, if you like. She's got dual wielding these kind of badass swords. She's got the crosses, kind of bearing the crosses as she's like an angel. She's got these pouches here with the throwing knives, and wearing a bit of leather, as you do. But yeah, I think this character looks awesome. Could you imagine Margot Robbie dressed up like this in a movie? People would lose their damn minds if they saw Margot Robbie wearing this in a movie. That's for sure. But I think it looks cool. Having a dual-wielding sword mistress kind of, chopping off, demons' heads and stuff like that, man. Sign me up. That sounds really cool. So, Avengelyne resonated so powerfully with the audience because her story of redemption is one that is so relatable. Liefeld has previously said of the character, a fallen angel sentenced to redeem herself by serving humanity. Earth is a foreign environment to her. She must adapt in order to save herself as well as mankind. Her dilemma provides humour amidst the larger plot engine driving her journey. So it does sound like there's some humour injected into this. Obviously, if it's from the creator of Wade Wilson, the Merc with the Mouth, Deadpool himself, that there's going to be a lot of that kind of Deadpool-ism kind of humor behind this. An angel who's riskily clad, dual-wielding swords, chopping people up, and a bit of humor injected in there. So I think that sounds like a recipe for a lot of fun in a movie. And having Margot Robbie in there as well, like I say, people would lose their minds. So Deadline's synopsis reads the following. Avengelyne, or Avengelyne, again, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I apologize. I'm going to go with Avengelyne. Avengelyne, yeah. Is an angel who fights the forces of evil and often finds herself face to face with demons and monsters. She was the most feared warrior in Heaven's war host, having single-handedly broken into the Pandemonium, the outer fortress of hell, to confront the devil himself. That sounds cool. Single-handedly broken into the Pandemonium, the outer fortress of hell, to confront the devil himself. That, as an opening scene to the movie, would be absolutely badass. That would be such a cool scene. She is a fallen angel, banished from heaven by God, after being tricked into questioning his love for humans. Avengelyne was stripped of all of her angelic abilities, other than her great strength and her blood, which, once extracted from her body, could be used as a weapon or a miracle once empowered by quoting verses from the Bible. Avengelyne uses her powers to fight demons on Earth and is being groomed to be humankind's last hope in an incoming Armageddon. That all sounds so cool. I love like angels, demons, that kind of whole war between good and evil. You've got some like Xena warrior princess in there. You've got some angelic kind of magical powers. You've got old-fashioned swords. So you've got a bit of like, it's a bit of Wonder Woman, a bit of Xena warrior princess, you know, a bit of Constantine with the angels and demons and the good and bad, and kind of a mix of all of that kind of stuff together. I think it sounds really, really cool. I would definitely love to see something like this on the big screen. I think it would be really compelling to see that. So, Olivia Wilde rose to prominence as an actress before making waves with her directorial debut in 2019's coming-of-age hit, Booksmart. Following this, she ventured into the director's chair for the divisive thriller Don't Worry Darling in 2022, and is currently set to direct Universal's Naughty, a project also backed by Lucky Chap Productions. Meanwhile, Robbie has become synonymous with her portrayal of Harley Quinn in the Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad films. Her recent role in and production of Greta Gerwig's Barbie further solidified her status as a powerhouse in the industry. What are your thoughts of this latest update? Any avid Avengelyne enthusiasts in the midst? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Yeah, guys, I'd be super interested if any of you who are watching this who actually have the comics from Avengelyne or Avengelyne, however you say it, if you do have the comic books, would you be interested in taking this source material from those comics and putting it onto a big screen? Do you think it would go well as a movie adaptation? I'd really love to hear from those of you who do have the comic books and know a bit more about the lore than I do, which is practically nothing. But yeah, from my perspective, again, Wonder Woman, Xena warrior princess, a bit of Constantine, angelic abilities, medieval sword fighting, a bit of R-ratedness, a bit of risque cladded kind of costumes, you know, throw all that into the mix. And I think that sounds kind of really fun. That sounds great. I think a lot of people would love to see this. Margot Robbie being in it or not, you know, if Margot Robbie wasn't in it, guys, who else would you want to cast in the role of this main character? I'd be curious to see what you guys have to say about that. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are with this news story. We have Avengelyne or Avengelyne. I don't think a lot of people probably would have heard of this character. She's a pretty obscure character when it comes to the comics. I don't know of anybody else who really collects this comic or has talked about this comic in other videos on YouTube. I've not really seen this character discussed anywhere. So it seems like a bit of an obscure character, but I still think it would be fun on the big screen. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Would you be interested to see an adaptation of this comic book on the big screen? Let me know, you know, kind of all your thoughts, comments, and opinions about it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.